What is happening, guys? Welcome back to another video here at Wicked Garage. You can see in front of me we have the Chevy utility body enclosure build, and it has a little bit of progress on it. I'm sure you've seen a few shorts here and there of updates. It's going to be more of an update video than anything being built. I'm going to show you around my plans, my goals, and hopefully when we're going to finish it. So stick around if you haven't already. Like, comment, and share, and obviously subscribe to the channel if you're liking any of our content. So we're gonna get right into it. You can see the bumper is pretty much tacked together, and we sort of got it in place, figuring out where it's gonna be. There is some issues with the mounts, so I do have to cut off the existing mounts, and then I'm gonna remake them and re-weld, bolt, and sort of move everything where it needs to be so that this is square, because I think this side broke off. I don't know if it was from them backing into something or just from the vibration, because those Redding bumpers, the basic bumpers, don't really last long. They're just sort of tacked together and everything. This is going to be fully welded out when it's done. We're going to have it bolted into the back of the cabinet, and then it'll be bolted on two supports going across right there. So this will be a very sturdy bumper. The customer loves the bumper and how it is. I made it so that it's a two-step bumper, and then obviously we're going to make a little step in the back so that it's, you know, almost like what it has here, where you can step, 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 and go in. We have the two doors that are going to go on the back right here, but you can sort of see what we've accomplished. The last little bit that we were waiting for in order to even continue this was this air compressor mount. So we couldn't do this mount. We did these first, but we couldn't really set up where everything had to be, drill out or anything like that until we got the compressor. Now the compressor, we were waiting for quite a bit of some time. We needed it in order to understand where it was going to get offset to, because I didn't know the exact dimensions. Like, this has that little bump out, so we have to make sure we clear all that. And obviously you have your stock mounts that are going there. The mounts are totally different. It's not just a through bolt that goes down. You have an isolator on there. Now this is a truck mount on-demand compressor with a generator on it. Little tiny generator, but it does what it needs to, runs a few things here and there. So that is what we were waiting for, and I wanted to be sure before we continued the build that we weren't going to have any issues down the line. So it's, you know, measure 15 times and build once, because obviously the way this is getting sort of put together, it's a one-shot thing, and once everything's in, there is no turning back. Especially once we get the sides on and the frame and all that stuff, it'll be exactly where it has to be, and it won't be able to come out at all. So I mean, you can see the shelves. If I was to continue to do the shelves and all that stuff, I would have been able to take out the fuel tank and move it back or anything like that. I wouldn't have been able to drill behind the fuel tank and drill out the mounting holes for the compressor mount. So it all relied on the compressor. That's what we were waiting for, and it got delayed a few times. We had some bad storm, bad weather, and he wasn't sure which kind of compressor he wanted to go with, so he ended up going with that MITM, which I just showed you. And now you can see we're finally to the point where we drilled everything out. This thing is rock solid. It shakes the whole truck. And we notched out our lower shelves pans, and you can see we started marking out for all of the posts going up to carry the frame on the inside. We're going to put an additional one right in front of the tank and right in front of there. We're going to do it on the same plane wherever it falls. And then we're going to put one in the front, over on each side, and then we'll put a piece of angle that goes up on the inside corner so we can weld to the inside going down, and we can weld the corners nice and make a nice penetrating weld and make sure it's completely sealed from the elements essentially. After we do the frame, we go into, doing the shell. And the shell is going to be a little bit tricky because it is very big. This is an 11-foot body, and we're going to do it in 2 pieces. So we're going to have the wall going up, the angle going that way, and then the piece going this way. Now, where I'm standing is pretty much, you're going to have the headroom up there. It's going to be 74 inches to the top, and minus some for the framing and everything, but that is how we measured everything. So we got 24 inches to the top, and then we have 50 inches going up, which I cut everything on 48 so we can put the cross beams going down and then our cross members going across. In the back here, we're gonna have 3 lights up top, and it's just, we're gonna have to figure out like what we're gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna twist it and leave it so that the inch is there and it's right on the edge, or I'm just gonna leave it the way it is and just set it back about 1.5 inches, 2 inches off the back fascia. Once this whole skeleton frame is in, like I said, we can do the shell, and then once the shell's on, we can actually measure our back and our front plates. We have to measure a hole for here and put it in our trim pieces, as well as a hole for the front, because we are going to have a fuel reel, and then obviously you want to open it up so that you can fuel it up. It is still pretty high, but it's definitely where it needs to be. I didn't want to pull the filler back because then it would sort of create a problem filling up with, the fuel spitting back up into the fuel nozzle and most likely kicking it off every time. But we have the doors in the back, which are just directly in half, the nice step bumper going into there. We have our door handle and handle for the front. The back piece right here will get a nice little compression push pop, whatever you want to say. And back here, the compartment you will open up, you'll have your ability to start up the generator air compressor back here, and then you'll also have the reel for the extension cord and the air compressor. So it'll be nice and convenient to be right in the back rather than being on the side. Most of the time when you're fueling, you're going to be right up against the machine anyway, but if you're on the side of the road, you don't want to have all your reels out there, because now you're on the driver's side out in the middle of the road for all that. So we discussed it, and then this is the best bet where we can put it and where it needs to be. So that's all good. We have that set up where that needs to be. And then the rest of it is all going to be just essentially storage and for all the fittings and tubes and whatever else he needs. Definitely more than his 9-foot he had originally, as this is, pretty much a 11-foot body. We added the front in there, so we're not taking up space on this backside. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a full shelf on the top, because like I said, we have the compressor and the reel over there. So it's probably all going to stop back there, leave that open for flow and all that. And then pretty much once everything is welded together, cleaned up, we can get to painting. So the inside is going to be obviously white because white reflects, and we'll have some lighting and everything up there and wiring, and then this will all be painted white as well. And when we get to the outside is all going to be repainted red. We're going to tape off right here, clean this up, and just tape it off, tape this whole back piece off, and then we're probably going to go inside here and sort of follow it down. And then that way we'll be able to sand and paint all of this right here. The bumper will get Raptor lined once it's all done. We still have to figure out the camera on this, which I don't know if I put it here, if it's going to work, because you're going to see the step. But the easiest way to do it is to plug it in and see where it like looks, or we might have to go with an aftermarket one and put it up top so that you can see down below. Not quite sure yet, but we will figure that out once we know. And yeah, I mean, we're getting there. It's just like I said, we were waiting on all that. Now I started cutting all this stuff and really getting going. But I'm hoping in the next 2 to 4 weeks, this will be done, which will put us right before spring. And obviously, we're going to have some, stops that we need to do, because we need to, stop this and work on the other customer stuff as well. But the goal is to get this done in the next 4 weeks, right before spring, so that he doesn't have an issue when he needs it, because this is his water main truck and stuff like that. So it's been sort of a winter project, I'd say, but now we're getting into the point where we need to get this done. So that is the plan of this build, and obviously you're going to see more videos coming out now of this truck, but I just wanted to give you an update and show you, what we're working on, how this is going together, and why it's sort of taking us so long. It's just been a delay. It's not a big deal, but I need to get it done. We need to get our bay back, especially with all the work we have coming in. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little update on the Enclosure build, and I think next weekend we're gonna have a nice little video on this, and you're gonna start seeing the structure and everything else, and it's gonna start coming together pretty fast. But obviously we're about 1 1/3 people here, with my dad being here part-time. And I just don't want to put too much stress on him doing stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this future series, and we're really going to start going at it and getting this done. So as always, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. It helps us out a lot, gives us exposure, as a business and everything, and shows us people what we can do and how we do it. And I hope you guys stick around and enjoy this build. So I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you enjoyed this one as well. Peace out.